The village was always quiet, too quiet, especially at night. As a child, I would lie awake. My heart pounded. Every rustle of leaves, every creak of wood sent shivers down my spine. Something felt wrong. Something lurked beneath the surface. I could hear whispers, hushed and urgent. They spoke of shadows and creatures that hunted in the dark. My family assured me it was just the wind, just the animals of the night. But their reassurances rang hollow. Their eyes held a strange glint. Their smiles didn't quite reach their eyes. There was something they weren't telling me, a secret so dark, so terrifying that it was kept hidden from a child's ears. As I grew older, the whispers grew louder. The shadows seemed to twist and writhe. I began to notice things. Strange occurrences that defied explanation. Livestock gone missing, drained of blood, people disappearing, never to be seen again. And always the lingering scent of decay and something else. Something metallic, like blood. My family, they were different. Stronger, faster. Their eyes would sometimes flash an unnatural red. They spoke of ancient traditions, of power and transformation. They spoke of embracing our true nature, a nature that filled me with dread. The night of my 13th birthday, they finally revealed their secret. They took me to a clearing deep in the forest. A fire blazed in the center, casting grotesque shadows that danced and mocked. The air hummed with a strange energy. The scent of blood and decay was overpowering. This was the night of my initiation, the night I would embrace my heritage. They forced me to drink a foul-smelling concoction. My stomach churned, my vision blurred. Then the pain began, a searing, ripping pain as if my bones were rearranging themselves. I screamed, but my screams were swallowed by the chanting. The transformation was complete. I had become one of them, or so they thought. But something inside me resisted. A part of me refused to embrace the darkness. I hated the hunger that gnawed at my insides. I hated the bloodlust that filled my senses. I hated what I was becoming. I tried to tell them, tried to explain that I didn't want this. But they wouldn't listen. They said it was my destiny, my birthright. They said I would learn to embrace it in time. But I knew in my heart that I never could. One night, I stumbled upon my father feeding. He was hunched over a still warm body, his face smeared with blood. His eyes, usually so warm and loving, were cold and predatory. The sight filled me with a visceral disgust. This was not the man who had raised me. This was a monster. That night, I made a decision. I would not become like them. I would not let the darkness consume me. I would escape. I would find a way to live a normal life, free from the curse that plagued my family. Escape was not easy. The village was isolated, surrounded by dense jungle. And my family, they watched my every move. They sensed my growing unease, my resistance to their ways. The pressure to conform, to embrace my true nature intensified. But I was determined. I spent weeks studying their routines, learning their patterns. I gathered what few possessions I could carry, and I waited for the right moment, the moment I could slip away unnoticed. Under the cover of a moonless night, I fled. I ran through the jungle, the thorns tearing at my skin, the sounds of the night closing in around me. But I didn't stop. I couldn't stop. Not until I was far, far away from that cursed place. I eventually reached the outskirts of a small town. From there, I managed to find passage on a truck heading to the city. The city was a chaotic, overwhelming place. But it was also a place of anonymity, a place where I could disappear. I found work and a place to live. I tried to build a new life for myself, to forget the horrors of my past. But the memories lingered. The whispers followed me. The fear remained. I knew they would be looking for me. They would never stop hunting their own, especially one who had rejected their heritage. I lived in a constant state of paranoia, always looking over my shoulder, always afraid of the shadows. Years have passed. The city has become my home, my sanctuary, but I am still haunted by the memories, by the fear, by the knowledge of what I left behind, and by the knowledge of what I could become, but I will never go back. I will never embrace the darkness. I choose to be human. I choose to fight the monster within. This is my curse, my burden to bear, but it is also my choice, and I choose to be free.